Alrighty boys, so in this video, I want to break down the most powerful secret that top performers around the globe use to hit their goals. Think about Elon Musk, David Goggins, or Joe Rogan. Actually, now that I think about it, literally every single millionaire on this planet uses this power to work for them. And actually, everyone who underachieves where they constantly are living in a mediocre life and failing to hit their goals, they use this power too. But they use it to sabotage themselves instead of correctly harnessing its power to hit their goals. And if you find yourself having these grandeur visions of a successful career that overwhelms you with joy and fulfillment, yet that grand vision, it remains a figment of your imagination as you find yourself hitting the snooze button 2 or 3 times before going on autopilot mode, just hoping to numb the feelings of underachievement. Then it's likely because you're using this power against you as well. So you might be wondering, okay, what is this secret power that's been causing me to not hit my goals, but others are using to crush their goals? And it is forming powerful habits. You see, our habits control 90 to 95% of our actions throughout our day. That's why you likely have the same morning routine. You drive the same route to work every day. You drive the same route back from work every day, and you have the same night routine as you get ready for bed, right? And just to further the point, have you ever been driving home somewhere and maybe there's traffic or something, and then you zone out for 10 minutes, and then you zone back in and you're just at your destination already? If so, you're probably like, okay, well, how the heck did I get here? I wasn't consciously driving. And you're right. You weren't consciously driving, but your habits took over and got you there. Now, the mistake that most people make is that they strive to improve their lives without first forming the correct foundational habits. Now, these are the foundational habits that will simply enable them to achieve those goals. I mean, think about it. If you're not in the habit of keeping your word to yourself, how are you ever going to change your life? Anytime you want to change your actions or your behaviors, you'll fall off your word to do those things. That's why you likely fail with every New Year's resolutions, or why they never work. It's because you're not in the habit of sticking to your word. You're not in the habit of doing the things that will improve your life. Like, you're not in the habit of working out or eating healthy. However, these conquerors like David Goggins, they're forming the correct foundational habits that most people don't have, which is why they achieve what most people don't achieve. You see, David Goggins says that whenever he doesn't want to do something, he goes and does it. He formed a habit of doing that, and now it's literally easier for him to do the things he doesn't want to do than it is for him not to do them. That's the power of habits. You create your habits, then your habits, they create your life. And the thing is, every single action that you take, well, you're either strengthening a good habit or a bad habit. It's a double-edged sword. For example, when you get tired and choose not to work out, not only are you weakening the habit of working out, but you're also strengthening the habit of not working out. That's what we call setting yourself up for failure, right? In fact, we call the people who form these faulty and weak habits the trapped string beans. Now look, I know that's a funny name, but that's what they are. They're trapped living a mediocre life while a selective few of conquerors. They're forming powerful foundational habits to excel in all areas. Now, in the new era of health, we call this acquiring the mind of a conqueror. And it's essentially rewiring how your brain works, because the most powerful part of your brain, the subconscious, it operates strictly through your habits or repetition. Now look, I want to leave you with some actionable tips here, because this is good information, but you need to apply it to your life in order for you to actually start changing your life, right? So the first is, whenever you're about to take an action that doesn't serve you towards living a better life or hitting your goals, stop and realize that you're strengthening the habit that's keeping you stuck. Then obviously do the correct action and start forming the right habits. Now that actually brings me to my second point. What is a good habit to form? Well, the most powerful one is sticking to your word like glue. If you form this habit, your entire life will 180. I mean, could you imagine what your body would look like right now if you kept your word from last year to work out? How much better would you feel if you kept your word to eat healthy from this past New Year's? And how much better would you feel about yourself if you kept your word to ask out the girl that you have a crush on? And look, I know if you form the habit of sticking to your word, your life, it is gonna 180. It's gonna completely transform right in front of you, because that's what happened to me. You see, when I was 21 years old, I was stabbed in the throat, arm, and chest with a chef knife. I woke up 7 days later from an induced coma, and I was completely broken and limited. I was living off tubes. If you unplugged them, you literally unplugged my life. And while I was definitely fortunate to be alive, I had to rebuild myself up from the ground up. I remember my legs didn't work. I couldn't even stand up. And my energy was so low that I couldn't even finish eating a meal without napping. But worst of all, my head was plagued with negative thoughts and self-doubt. I was left asking myself, am I ever going to become the man that I thought I'd be? Can I still hit my goals in life? Or am I destined for a life of mediocrity? But it was in this moment that I decided I was not going to go down like this. So I made a game plan to get my life on track, but every time that I tried to improve my life, I fell off my word to do those things, to follow through with those actions that would get me to where I wanted to go. I wanted to pull my freaking hair out. But then I focused solely on one thing: acquiring the mind of a conqueror. I started to form the most powerful habits, like sticking to my word. And fast forward 4 years, and here I am in front of you, in this exact moment, running a business around my passion. I get to build ambitious men like you into conquerors who simply are more happy, more confident, and more capable than they have ever been. So if these habits brought me from the brink of death to running a business around my passion, imagine what it could do for you. So on that note, I challenge you to commit to forming habits that serve you for an entire month. Because that's all it takes to change your life. If you make it a month straight of having these good habits in place, your life's gonna 180. Now, if you made it this far in the video, I'd like to officially invite you to join the new era of health. We're a community of conquerors who refuse to live a mediocre life. So make sure to toss this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And lastly, I want to meet you, so drop a comment below and introduce yourself. Tell me about an ambition or a big goal of yours, or something that you just like doing in life that brings you joy. Oh, and actually, one more last thing. If you want to streamline your life and to get rapid results and get your life back on track, make sure to check out our 7-day challenge to acquire the mind of a conqueror. It's essentially forming the most powerful habits, and it's really the only habits that you need to become the best version of yourself. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, you want a bulletproof system to get your life going, the link should be below. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video.